Hello everyone. In this lesson we are going to discuss Union Parliament. But before starting, let us understand structure of power in India. India is a federal government and its power are divided between center and state governments. Both center and state government has supreme powers in their respective spheres. Both central and state government draw their authority from the constitution of the country. There is a division of power between center and state according to the article 246, that is in the 7th schedule. The division is on the three list. The first list is central list or union list. Central government has power to make law on this list. This include matters like defense, banking, currency, foreign affairs and communication etc. It include total 97 subjects. The second list is the state list. The state government has power to make laws on the state list. It include subjects like police, trade, agriculture and irrigation. It include total 67 subjects. The third list is concurrent list. Both center and state governments can jointly make laws on the concurrent list. But once the central government has come with a law, the supreme authority is given in the hands of central government. Central government can put any subject from central list to concurrent list or from the state list to any other list. There are total 47 subjects in the concurrent list. Now let's understand what is Union Parliament. The Union Parliament consists of the President and two houses. The House of People, commonly known as Lok Sabha, and second house, the Council of State known as Rajya Sabha. In this part, we are basically going to discuss Lok Sabha, which is also known as People's House or Lower House, as we see a picture of Lok Sabha here. Lok Sabha is always represented with green carpet, whereas Rajya Sabha is always represented with red carpet. Now let's find what is Lok Sabha. As per the provision of Article 79 of Indian Constitution, the House of People or the Lok Sabha is the lower house of the Parliament. Lok Sabha is composed of representatives of people chosen by direct election on the basis of adult suffrage or vote of directly by the people who have attained 18 years of age. Now let's understand composition of the Lok Sabha. The maximum strength of the Lok Sabha is 550 members. According to the constitution, not more than 530 members can represent the states and not more than 20 members can represent union territories. Seats in the Lok Sabha are allotted to the states on the basis of their population. For example, Uttar Pradesh, being a most populous state in India, sends 80 members to the Lok Sabha, while Sikkim and Goa sends 1 and 2 members respectively. The maximum strength of the current Lok Sabha is 543 MPs. Now let's find what is the term of Lok Sabha. The term of Lok Sabha. The members of Lok Sabha are elected for a period of 5 years. However, it can be dissolved before completing the term by the President on the advice of Prime Minister and his cabinet. The term of Lok Sabha can be extended for a year during emergency situations. Now let's understand what are the qualifications for MPs of the Lok Sabha. The necessary qualifications are: he should be citizen of India. He should not be less than 25 years of age. His name should be in the electoral in some part of the country. He should not be under debt which he couldn't repay and should not be able to meet her financial requirements. He should not hold any office of profit under any state or center government. He should not be proclaimed criminal or offender. He should be a sound mind and should not be mentally retarded person. Now let's understand when a seat of MP in the Lok Sabha can fall vacant. These circumstances are if a member of the parliament resigns from his/her seat, or if a member remains absent from the house continuously for a period of 60 days, or if a member of the parliament is elected to the state legislative assembly. He has to give up his seat in the parliament or vice versa. Now let's understand some procedures in the Union Parliament. The common procedures are: number 1, session. A session of the Indian Parliament is a period during which a house meets almost every day uninterruptedly to manage the business of the house. There are typically 3 sessions in a year. A session contains many meetings. The process of calling all members of the parliament to meet is called summoning of the parliament. It is the president who summons the parliament. There are generally 3 important sessions. The number 1, budget session from Feb to May. Number 2 is monsoon session, that is from July to September. And number 3 is winter session, that is from November to December. The next most important procedure is quorum. No bill can be passed if the required members of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are not present in the house. This is known as quorum. The speaker may adjourn the house if required number of members are not present in the house. The quorum is always 1/10 of the total members of the house. The quorum in case of Lok Sabha is 55 and 25 in the case of Rajya Sabha. Now let us understand what are different type of motions moved in the Lok Sabha. But before, let's understand what is a motion. A motion is a proposal made by a member of the house to take some important matters related to public importance for discussion. Members draw the attention of the government on important matters by bringing in motion. Some important type of motions are: number 1, adjournment motion. The adjournment motion is an extraordinary procedure which lead to discussing the matter of urgent public opinion, leaving aside the normal business of the house. Such motions are generally allowed on the subjects such as large scale occurrence of natural calamity, communal tension, or death of a current member or any previous dignitary of the country. The second important motion is no confidence motion. A no confidence motion is a proposal which expresses lack of confidence in the ministry. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the Parliament. If a no confidence motion is moved by the opposition with required support at least 50 members, it is first discussed then put for vote. If no confidence motion is passed in the Lok Sabha, entire government has to resign. In Lok Sabha, the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha is Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Now let's understand who is Speaker and what are his/her powers. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha is the presiding officer of the House. He or she is elected from the members of the Parliament after general election among themselves. After his/her election, the Speaker has to act impartial toward all the parties. The Speaker is elected for the term of 5 years. A Deputy Speaker looks after the proceeding of the House if the Speaker is absent or his/her seat fall vacant. Now let's understand some of the functions of Speaker of the Lok Sabha. The main important function are: number 1, related to conducting business of the House. The Speaker presides over the business of the House and allots time for discussions. His decision in all parliamentary matters is final. All bills passed by the Lok Sabha have to be signed by the Speaker. He puts issue to vote and announces the result. The Speaker decides if A bill is an ordinary bill or a money bill. The second function of the speaker is administrative function. The speaker receives all petition and documents in the house. He communicates all the decisions taken in the house to the concerned authorities. The next important function of the speaker is disciplinary function. The number one is the speaker maintains order of the house. He can suspend a member, or in case of serious disorder, he may adjourn the house. If any dissent words are used by the members, the speaker may order not to use such words in the future. He can also ask to delete such word from the proceeding of the parliament. The speaker decides in accordance with the constitution. If a member stands disqualified under the anti-defection law, his decision is considered final under the anti-defection law. Functions related to parliamentary committee. Number one, the speaker presides over the committees of the house, such as the business advisory committee. He appoints chairmen of all committees in the house and issue direction to them. He also has some miscellaneous functions, such as the speaker presides over the joint session of the house. He presides over the conferences of presiding officers of legislative bodies in India. In case of deadlock, he can vote to break the deadlock. Till this discussion, we had completed the Lok Sabha topic. In our next discussion, we will talk about Rajya Sabha and powers and functions of the Union Parliament.